I was ready. B.W.O. 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 Brothers with opinions, now we spreading the word. In this world, things get hard cause we been blinded by ignorance, man. Fear the unknown to progress is a hindrance. Silence is consent, so let your voices be heard. Man, we brothers with opinions, now we spreading the word. Bringing light to the dark, revolution is an art. Man, a lot of people talk, but they ain't never walked apart. Gotta shine a light on poverty and fight against injustice. And always speak the truth when the enemy's amongst us.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all know what time it is. We all got these fresh coffees. Shout out to Dunkin' Donuts over there in Pleasant Valley. I'm going to keep shouting them out because we're going to keep drinking them. Y'all know what it is, though.
Valley Avenue.
Valley Avenue. You know they got the best Dunkin' over there, man. That drive-thru, we hit it up all the time when I'm in town. Tell Nikki, loves that joint. Anyway, y'all, we're going to get right into it. I would have said it's the first of the month, but the only thing first right now is them judges over there in the Hill, man. Shout out to Zach and Christian and all the judges over there, boy. They did what nobody thought they could do and beat EC Glass. Guess what? It's on to the next game, and they might have to play Glass again. In the meantime, we're going to get into Elon Musk and all the kids he got and all the crazy shit he always continues to do. Nonstop plane crashes. My boy Zeb put me on to Myrtle Beach and burning down that town down there, and just the shit doesn't stop. They continuously try to find ways to take us out, and we're going to have to do something, fellas, because before you know it might come to where I live and down there in Winchester. So let's get this show on the road. My man Wayne is in the building. My man Zeb and the big man on campus, Tony D. Let's get it, man.
I'm not the big man on campus. That'll be Christian Digits right now.
So let's get right into it. MVP of the regional championship, my man Christian.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to Christian Dinges. Big game, 16-13. Keep doing your thing, young man.
Blocks, assists.
All that.
All that. Great game by all of them, as a matter of fact. So, yeah, congrats to Handley for beating EC Glass. Region 4D champs on to play Heritage on Tuesday night. It should be, they tip off 7 p.m. at Handley. So everybody don't want to miss that. And then we'll mention, too, Wayne, you went to the game last night. Luray and Central. So how was that game?
I won the game last night.
That was the 2A regional championship, right? They played at Shenandoah last night, University.
Yeah, I guess they started the game before the game was actually supposed to start, so I didn't get there until the second quarter. But This kid from Luray, Matthew Owens, I mean, he shot the lights out last night. I mean, shout out to Matthew Owens and Luray for pulling in that AA regional title game last night.
Yeah, congrats. Yeah, Matt's been in your event, Chris, Hoops for Hope.
He's also all-state. He was all-state last year, so I know he's definitely all-state this year. That kid lights out, like Wayne said.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
his dad won MVP 2 years ago in the event for the Older Legends game.
Yeah, that's right, he did.
He was shooting that rock, too.
So we see where the sun gets it from.
Exactly.
But Central beat them 3 times this year. It's hard to do that. So to beat them 4 times,
it wasn't even close, was it?
With it.
Like Luray
close,
beat the brakes off of them last night, didn't he?
They pulled away, man.
Yeah, like
unfortunately for Central, who we're cool with a lot of those kids, and Kobe coaches some of them in AAU or whatever. Man, they should have strapped up last night, because where did they get to go play on Tuesday, fellas?
Oh, Central?
Yeah.
Oh, they get the lucky draw of John Marshall.
Yeah.
I hate to laugh. But we know it, like John Marshall. Come on, we know it.
Shout out to Jeff Whittle. Jeff Whittle, the coach of Central, man. He used to give us the business back in the day when we played in the 90s. No lie. But he probably can't do nothing but laugh and tell his kids, "Look, man, let's go have fun, because we're playing the NBA school."
Yeah.
Pretty much, man. Pretty much.
I mean, I'm a coach. I'd probably say it's like, guys, just go have fun. There are just some teams you just can't do shit.
This is one of those speeches where you just tell them, just leave it out there on the court.
Yeah. And the thing is, Luray, to win the state, they got to go through John Marshall.
Yeah, of course.
All them kids, all them schools.
Yeah.
But at least they might be able to play them in a neutral site. So they might be able to hang in with the little 5 extra closer points than Central will.
Oh,
Sounds good, man.
It sounds good.
But John Marshall would be any school in the state of Virginia that's a public school. So 5A, 6A schools, wouldn't you agree they would beat all those teams in the playoffs?
Man, they're beating private schools. They're going to other states and
Yeah.
beating schools
They
in
play in
Georgia,
yeah.
Ohio, New York.
Yeah. Like I said, Handley played him over the summer in Richmond.
We might have to. We might really have to start this
50.
Friendship Academy, man.
Yeah.
Hey, let's go.
Because we I ain't gonna lie. If I was down there, look, we gonna work together and we gonna get Matthew Owens, Derek Lugo. We gonna get all of them. We going to the schools and taking all of them. And the rest of them schools gonna be garbage because we gonna have the squad and we gonna compete with.
Well, stop talking about it. Let's be about it.
Hey, look. They gonna be like, you heard the podcast, man. Chris about to come down and steal kids.
Well, it is what it is.
What about
it's not
Spring Mills or anybody else have a regional game?
They don't start until March 7th. I just looked at. They didn't even have any games. As I looked up.
Man, West Virginia be late.
Yeah, so their games aren't until March 7th. Their next games.
It's March Madness.
It's good for the kids though. Give them a nice rest.
Yeah.
Shout out to Clark County women. The girls who beat Central to win their region.
Yeah, shout out to them.
Clark County
Great job.
That girl player of the year.
Their girls program dominates right
now.
Yeah,
they've won states recently. They've been to states. They nice.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised y'all don't go over there and check them out.
So they're real good.
The Clark County boys team, they need to check the girls out.
Yeah, right. Go get some pointers from the girls program. Yeah, Wayne's exactly right. Yeah. But shoot. Yeah, so like I said, there's not really much scores to say, but we can talk about the matchups if you upcoming playoffs. Because you'll have.
Can you break down the Glass and Handley game a little bit?
How
was it back and forth? How was the matchups? And was they was playing good defense on Will and Javon overall, right? And that Christian just was like, I'm going to work.
Hold on, where is Glass at? Where's that?
Lynchburg,
Virginia. But no, I mean, overall they played well, but I mean, I don't know, but I guess I'm biased, but my son, 8, he's a mismatch anybody. You had a tall white kid guarding him mismatch. At first, their little guard was guarding Christian's like 4 feet taller than this kid. If I see that as a coach, I want to get him the ball and see if this kid can guard him. Mismatch. They're playing man. Go with the mismatches. He's fucking 6'5", feeding, and Wayne, you've brung it up. What's his shooting percentage? The past 2-3 games. Man, actually all year.
I mean, this kid has shot like high 80s, maybe 90, man.
I think he's missed 2, maybe 3 shots from the field.
Yeah. I agree, man. Like they need to get like a little more selfish when it comes to calling plays for certain players, man. Like Christian deserves for plays to be called specifically for him, like Will gets. So, and there's plenty of times where I've seen them running the offense during that game, and Christian's just in the corner, but we're yelling at him, telling him to flash to the middle. But
he was doing it this past against
he started doing it a little bit in the game, but I think it's designed like that, Tony. Like Zach don't want them flashing there because if you flash and Will takes the guy to the bucket, now it's crowded.
Yeah,
so
I get. Yeah,
like they're trying to just space the floor out so Will can create his own shot, but that's not the kind of offense I like to see, and I don't think it's going to be successful down the road. You have to start getting that ball in the middle. Once you get that ball in the middle of the paint, it breaks the D down. Now that player that has the ball in the middle attracts all that attention. Now he can do whatever. He can put it on the floor. He can kick it to the corner, wing, or go for a floater, or a layup, or maybe even a dunk.
Which Christian does a great job of that. When he does it, he kicks it to the corner.
And he has a very high IQ, Tony, to the point where he doesn't, as soon as he catches the ball, he doesn't just put it on the floor. No, he observes before he even makes a decision, man. So, I mean, we got to get this kid more involved. If you're listening, hey, get the ball to your big man.
What about a pick and roll, like doing more of that?
They do a lot of pick and roll, but I don't think that's their style.
It's with Kyron and Will.
Their style of offense is move the ball around. When they move that ball around, everybody gets open looks.
Oh, yeah.
And people cut.
Well, they proved it definitely the Millbrook game. I mean, look, like all of them was eaten.
Like they did a lot of it during this past game, but there was a lot of shots that,
They just seem to get.
Briscoe missed a lot of open shots. but he kept shooting it.
He hit
kept
that
shooting
big
it.
three though.
And then he came.
Yeah, that was clutch.
Shoot or shoot, man.
That's
What we teach
that's what
kids,
I'm
hey,
speaking
shoot or shoot.
That's why you got to keep shooting. Don't lose confidence.
That was
I know I'm way up here in New York from afar, so I can't see everything in person like that all the time. But I have my connections in Lynchburg since I moved here from Lynchburg in 2000 and what?
And look, that's more kids. Look,
but I told y'all
that's
those
more
two
kids
kids
we can get.
I told you those two kids though that are all district where they're guards. Like number
they're
10.
good.
Number 10's tough.
Yeah, they're
So
tough.
they played Will and Javon good, and that's what allowed Kyron and definitely Christian to get down low and just start eating.
Oh, they definitely put the pressure on them, but like this is my thing as a coach to be telling your players in the huddle, hey, look, once you get past a couple of guys during a press, you can't forget about those guys that are still behind you. And they came up a lot from behind and got turnovers, man.
Yeah.
Because these players don't have the knowledge of, hey, he's still behind me. So I got to protect myself, switch the ball to this hand. I mean, you got to know where the defenders are at all times, man.
Mm-hmm.
So I think a lot of the turnovers during the press is what kept EC Glass in this game. Because
did they have an all-region tournament team?
No, I haven't seen it. I don't think they've released it yet.
Not yet.
Yeah, they haven't released it.
And I keep asking you guys. I'm curious because I've seen a lot of districts in Virginia where they're all district teams, and Handley's Northwestern District hasn't had it.
Yeah,
they just haven't released it yet.
I mean,
not no funny shit, but if it's just Northwestern District, they might as well just give Handley starting 5 the first team.
but overall, Coach Harold will probably agree with me. But if they take care of the ball better, this game's not even close.
Oh, yeah, I agree. It's just their offense, it seems to get stagnant at times. Like this game against EC, like I think the second quarter, again, seems to be our problem. The second period.
That's what happened with
They go like, like we get cold in that second period. Like we start out good, first period, whatever. It was back and forth, then it's like we couldn't buy a bucket in the second period. I like to see how many points we scored in the second period.
Glass took a pretty good lead to be in that kind of a game.
Mm-hmm.
Even in the fourth quarter, they was up by like 8 or 9. Handley dug deep and came back.
And you should have heard the fans. They just knew they was going to walk away with that joint out. And I'm like, man, nah, man. It ain't happening, bro. Just get the ball to Christian.
Well, what was the fans saying on the Glass side?
No, they was just cheering.
They were just cheering. I didn't really hear anybody say anything ignorant, nothing.
They were shouting out Christian like, damn, that tall light-skinned kid is tough.
Nah.
No, but we was hearing get 23 the ball from a lot of people in the stands. I'll just say that.
I've seen a lot of comments on Facebook this week about Christian as the man
the
child.
Thing is,
get him
all
the
right,
rock.
let me ask you a question. All right, everybody sees how he's playing, right? Like the level he's on.
Yeah.
He's a mismatch for anybody out there.
Until John Marshall.
No, he's still a mismatch.
He's a mismatch
because he's a guard.
Yeah,
is what he is. He's a wing player.
He has the attributes to be a guard and a big man at the same time.
Small forward.
Yes, he could play big. He could play small, but all of it.
Yeah.
And it's not. And the thing to me is, I get hit up by people, and I'm gonna keep it real every game. Like, we love your son, blah blah blah. He's great, but like, I want to see that jumper he's got. Everybody's talking about. I want to see. It's like you all have not. I'm just warning teams. You ain't seen. He's like a hidden gem right now because when they watch film, they're like, well, he don't do nothing, or Javon don't. You know what I mean? They're keying on Will.
Yeah.
Is it? So that's why Christian and all the rest of them should be eaten, because these teams, when they watch film, they're looking at Will to stop him because Will was getting double teamed, right? Shit, even at times triple teamed against Glass.
That's a luxury Handley has. Handley has the greatest shooter in the state and Will, but then you still have all that talent with Christian.
I agree. I totally agree. But that's at times as a bet like Will. Hey, you got to find the open man. That, like, if you're double teamed, what every coach say, somebody's open.
Yeah.
But if you're triple, there's people open. So move the ball. Don't force stuff. Just play ball. Hey, he's gonna get his.
But at times when Will does drive the ball or starts to dribble, like, he puts his head down a lot. So that's why he doesn't pass the ball a lot, because he doesn't see the players. You got to keep your head up as a dribbler. And EC Glass, I don't know what you were doing with your film, but y'all were doubling Kyron all night, and they should have been doubling Christian.
But that's my point, is because when you go and watch film, who's the two on the team that majority touches the ball? Kyron. That's
yeah.
why they were both of them.
Yep.
But that left Christian open, Java, everybody else,
Yep.
which we all know they can play too.
Yeah,
and they're showing like they can put the ball in the hoop.
And shout out to Amari because every time he
Amari
touched the
played
floor,
real
man, he gave
well.
y'all a spark, man. And he brought that defensive energy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, shout out to Amari, man. Keep your head up, keep your head in the game, stop being frustrated, stop talking trash to players, don't pick up no tech.
I mean, I like a little bit of trash talk, but he got to control it a little bit.
Just let your game do the talking.
Hey,
shout out to EC Glass. They traveled well. They played well to be on the road, even though they was I guess ranked higher than Handley in the state, but
I think
those rankings don't matter as much. They played well.
Because they go by strength of schedule.
They could see them again in states in the Final Four if they both win.
Mm-hmm.
And then, but one thing I'm gonna let y'all Hilltoppers know down there in the Berg, y'all got a lot of seniors this year. We got one, and he's going to Wake Forest for football. Good luck, because Christian and Will and all of them come back.
Yeah.
Good luck.
But yeah, back to Amari, I want to give him his flag because Amari's a baller. Amari's like when he's that boy. He's played great.
He's got that dog in him.
Oh yeah, but I love Amari. I've coached him to I started with that class at the middle school level, so he's a dog.
I don't know. It's just when he's on the court, everybody feels that energy and feeds off.
Well, yeah, the defensive it gives them a spark.
The intensity level just goes up another level.
Yeah, you're right.
When he's on that floor, man, and they start getting steals and it leads to buckets. So. Hey, Coach Harold, if you're listening, man, we got to get this kid in the game, man. Leave him out there.
The one I'd like to see more of is Isaiah Baxter getting in there.
What number is he?
Hitting Jim. I forget what number he is.
That's messed up, man. You don't.
I know 30.
The numbers
30,
of the kids on the bench.
Man, I don't look. I can barely remember my own son's number.
They got their warm up. They got their warm up tees on, so you can't see.
Yeah, that's true. Unless they get it, you don't see their.
All I know is it's a light skinned kid, Jay Sean.
Why you gotta be light skinned?
I mean, because that's what he is. Real light, and then we got a Caucasian dude. He's number 20 because he does get in every now and then, but.
Oh yeah,
I don't
Brendan
know all their numbers, man, because they don't get in the game.
Yeah.
A big thing, though, I think that has to do with at least what I'm seeing from afar too, because I speak to Jessica and Travis sometimes. I definitely speak to y'all. It's great to see all those kids hanging out and have such a tight bond. Like me, Wayne, and Renner.
There we go.
Me, Wayne, and Renner, and them, we used to hang out all the time and be excited for the games. And I'm not going to blame the young man Will, but I've just never seen him in any of those pictures or hanging out when I'm on video calls and stuff with the guys. And I hate that that's part of the case. I'm not sure if it's his parents keeping him away or whatnot, but as the leader on the team and one of the best players, like I would like to see him be able to hang with them some and build more of a camaraderie. But that's just me, man,
Yeah, man. I mean,
the kids can speak on that.
Yeah.
But
we was waiting for
seriously,
Christian to get on.
He's got a good point. I mean, if you're teammates, I mean, you got to mingle, man. Go bowling. Go swimming. I mean, just try to do something with your teammates, man.
Yeah, I get that.
Because you got to think about it. Some of these players, they play together for 3 years straight, depending on when they started playing varsity. So it's like a family and brotherhood, man. So we got to keep a tight bond.
Well, let's throw a party or like have a get together for the whole team, sponsored by B.W.O. We'll get them all out.
We can do that.
You got your backyard right here.
You want to take them to Northside Lanes?
Put that pool back up.
Oh,
reopen the pool.
Oh man, I wish I still had the pool.
We'll put some outdoor lanes in your backyard. We'll set it up, man.
Does Handley have kids that live in Meadow Branch anymore?
Yeah, like students or
no, the basketball team,
like players.
I don't know. I don't know where.
That's where you can find a pool or two at.
No, my uncle and aunt actually live in Meadow Branch now. I'll hit them up. They got a pool.
When we was in school, man, it seemed like everybody we knew lived over there.
Oh yeah,
man,
we went to so many parties back there, man.
All those houses over there now comes with.
They act like they're angels, but they bad as hell. Like
your uncle lives back there too.
Yeah,
we gotta go hang out.
Yeah, they got a nice house now back there in a indoor pool shit. Outdoor pool.
It's that CIA money.
What y'all think about Heritage out of Leesburg? And they got to be good if you make states. But what y'all think about them?
I'm sorry, Heritage?
Yeah.
Well, I looked them up. the word I got about Heritage is they shouldn't be able to hang with. I've never seen Heritage play this year, but
What's their record? Do you know?
hey, I'm looking at it up right now. I think they've lost 7 games or 8.
7 or 8 games.
Yeah,
Well, they made it to
7.
state, so they played right good at the right time.
But that's so weird because they're like right there in Loudoun County and Handley don't play them.
Yeah, I know.
We don't play
Still
any.
close.
But remember,
Loudon Valley, Loudon County. Remember, we
Y'all
used to
don't
play.
play
I
no
think they've
teams out
got
of
so many
Leesburg?
schools. I think Loudon's got so many high
See, when we
schools.
were in
They
school,
can't.
when we were in school, we played Loudoun County,
know.
Loudoun Valley.
Well, I'm just bringing it up. That's because
How many high schools?
there's
in
so
Loudon
many
County?
more high schools now.
I bet
many.
there's 12.
Like back when we were in school, guys, that was 40 years ago. There was only Parkview, Broad Run, and that was it. Said like we had. So, but now you got like 20 high schools in Loudoun County alone, probably.
So let me ask you this: the schools that y'all don't play in Loudoun County, are they better than the schools that y'all play in Loudoun County?
Are they better?
Yeah.
Not supposedly not this year than us.
well, they're not in the regional. They're not in the state tournament.
All right, here you go. Loudoun County has 17 high schools.
That-
now.
oh,
17
close.
high schools.
17 high schools
just in
now.
Loudoun County.
And when
They
we
ain't got-
were
they don't have time to
in
play
school,
us.
there was like 5 high schools, 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you
It's
gotta
the fastest growing county in the whole country.
Yes, it is.
It's the number 1 county in the U.S. population wise.
It's the
Look.
most wealthy or something.
Look, number
it's
one,
highest median
let's
income
speak-
or something.
Atlee is the number 1 seed in 4A. And
Athletes from Loudoun County.
no, I'm just showing you Heritage schedule. Look, they went to overtime and beat them.
Who, Atlee?
No, Heritage beat Atlee.
And that's who the kids was watching film on yesterday is Atlee. So that's probably they was watching that game against Heritage.
So look. They lost a lot. Look, they're like up. It seems like they losing the teams they should. Broad Run's nice though, from what I've heard.
Broad Run's nice.
Yeah, I think Broad Run's got a really good basketball team this
That's
year.
crazy because Broad Run used to be like trash when I went to school.
Well, I mean they've lost it, but as I say, you just play the game. We'll see. Everybody's been doubting Handley this whole time. You got all the haters like, "Oh, they ain't played nobody." Blah blah blah.
Atlee's in Mechanicsville.
Mechanicsville, Virginia. Yeah.
Yeah, Mechanicsville.
Okay.
That's all I know. I just looked it up.
Yeah. But moving on. What we'll just say that. Yeah, hey, good luck to Handley. They play Tuesday again versus Heritage at Handley. And so, everybody come out and support these boys. They definitely do put in the work. We'll say that.
Good luck to
Yeah,
Handley Central and Luray come Tuesday night.
Yes. Yeah, we want to speak on that. John Marshall being 2A still.
It doesn't matter. Everybody knows.
Yeah, everybody. It's like
They would beat Shenandoah.
Yeah. They beat teams in the D League.
Well, they are like a D League team already, man. It's crazy.
You're probably right. It's not even fair, but hey, it is what it is. Like, hey, John Marshall doesn't play a cupcake schedule either. It's just the class they're in. Once it gets to the States, they just walk through it.
Yeah, you might as well just go ahead and give him the trophy now. But
They just put
we
their
can
fans
definitely
in.
move on, though.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
But y'all want to get on Elon Musk, right?
Hey, that's fine. Talk about his dumb ass.
I'll just bring up how he has 14 kids. I didn't even know that.
Man, he's like
They can afford it.
How many of them are robotic?
right.
They probably
Weighs
don't
like,
have a chip in them.
yeah, weighs like how many are AI generated?
We don't know that, but yeah, 14 kids. But you know what? It makes sense if he wants to continuously take over the world after he's done. Well, he got all these kids ready.
You're not lying. So we'll speak on Musk because the first thing I got to say is what he started this damn email thing to federal employees in the government people losing their job if they don't respond to this damn email, and it supposedly was a one-time thing, but now I got buddies who work at for the government, and they say now he's changed it to an every week thing. You have to reply to his email personally from Elon Musk.
What position does he hold in the government or Congress and shit?
Who? Musk?
None.
Nothing.
Exactly. So why don't people start questioning that? Why they got to answer to Elon? He doesn't have any position, any office,
This
or
is
anything.
what I won't name their name, but this is what one of my buddies told me that works for the government. He's like, I didn't know the president was my boss either until now. So automatic, like now Trump's his boss.
But Elon is
But
Trump's
and that's
boss.
the thing. Yeah. So it's just they're taking over and want to control everything. It's a dictatorship. They're just putting in shit, laws, ignoring everything. And like we talked about this the other night, weeding everybody out. They want to weed everybody out and have puppets.
He
You
wants
know what
his
I mean?
yes men.
So
Yeah.
they're trying to transform the federal agency government part of it.
Mhm.
And Elon is basically overseeing all of that. That's his role in the US government. Did he win that position? No. Trump just gives him the authority to oversee all of these moves and decisions being made in the federal agencies.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Zeb, you got anything on your boy Elon?
Not really. He's a weird dude. Yeah. I never know what to believe, Chris. That's the thing about all those.
Oh, you're right.
It
But hold
seems
on.
like people
I
are
looked
just
up.
putting on a show.
I looked up.
Like it's a show.
Yeah, I looked up. Elon Musk is serving as a special government employee for Donald Trump.
Yep.
This it's
made up positions.
just made up position. He just like I say, they're doing what they want to do. It's just
Exactly.
like he's just a special government advisor or what. Yeah. I mean, supposedly he's supposed to be like part with helping with the funding and find all that shit. Yeah, supposedly is his main thing.
Yeah.
Because he's got all that damn money.
Mm-hmm.
They're supposed to be trying to see where the money's going, like for FEMA. They're saying there's money missing, like $1 trillion. There's this debt, trillions of dollars debt, and he's supposed to be the one to figure out what's going on because he's like the smartest person. Like if somebody could figure it out, it would be him. But you don't really know what's going on, man.
Mm-hmm.
To me, it's just like a big show.
Oh yeah. And then it says here that Musk is supposedly not being paid.
Well, he doesn't need money.
Yeah, he doesn't need money.
It's not a paid
billions of dollars.
Yeah.
We can
Supposedly.
What's his son say? What does son say to Trump? You ain't president.
That kid looks so evil. Like
It's scary looking.
oh. But just a little tidbit, but it's like I say, they're trying to turn it into a dictatorship.
Maybe.
Well, I heard
It's like
your brother yesterday was saying, like, you know how the dictator countries are all working together now. You know what I mean? And that's what they're trying to do is take over, which obviously we kind of knew that. But
well, why would you want to piss off? Because Trump's already in Musk, might as well put them together. They've done pissed off Ukraine,
We gave them so much money.
who are all our allies, our big neighbor, Canada.
Yeah.
And shout out to that guy because he ain't backing down to So Canada, we done pissed off Mexico, basically the whole world.
And I don't even know if
they
Canada
pissed
has
off
a military. Does Canada have an army? I've never heard.
Every country has
I don't get Canada. Like why we would have some kind of conflict with them.
It's Trump, dude.
Is it Drake?
Well,
Everybody's coming.
Yeah, Drake.
Well, you got to think about it too, though. Elon Musk, he was born in South Africa, but he holds citizenship in Canada and the United States.
Really?
Does he?
Yeah,
He's got dual citizenship.
and you notice how they're trying to take over Canada.
Yeah, well, what did Trump say? He wanted to make Canada like the next state.
I don't know.
Or is that right? Is that what he wants?
Well, did you guys hear that
Yeah,
supposedly for some
guess
dumb reason they're coming out with a $250 bill with Trump on it?
A $250 bill?
And I'm like, what sense
You
does
never
that
get
make?
change for that, man.
Dude, I could believe it.
I
dude.
Yeah, but
I'm
like, who's gonna use a $250 bill?
Them. Like, because
Yeah.
they got all the
What
money.
would
Who's
you-
pulled
what
out a
would you use that
$250 bill?
I don't know if it's true.
Bro,
but
I
heard
barely, I
ain't
forget what
gonna
a $100 bill looks like. I don't
Oh,
really
it's-
ever
it's
see
the
They're
them.
going to say, "Sir, I can't break this." Nobody's going to be able to break a $250 bill.
250.
it's weird, but I'm telling you, I read that.
The year
Well,
of 2025, $250.
Oh, Wayne
bill,
makes a
there you go.
Wayne makes a good point.
Yeah.
You never know, man.
Man, I didn't even put two and two
And
together
then if
there.
they do take over Canada, guess who's going to run Canada?
Musk.
Musk.
This is like a game of Risk. Remember the board game Risk?
Yeah.
I feel that's Trump and like they're just trying to take over the world. And and I'm serious. I think they are.
Making America great again. Those are his favorite words, right? And that's when they stole a lot of territorial places. And I mean, they just stole everything. And that's what they're trying to do right now. They're basically saying, if you don't do it our way, guess what?
Well, because what's scary, because what is Trump's position? He's commander in chief.
Yeah.
President. You notice
He can start a war if it
exactly.
he has the power to do that.
Yeah.
For no damn reason, which we do all the time anyway. But go ahead, Zeb.
Who's the vice president?
Vance?
Nobody talks about.
Is that his name? Vance? Chris, am I right?
J.D. Vance?
It's Donald Trump.
What are you saying? So
the vice president?
Elon's the president.
Yeah. So Vance is just the
Twin, you see it, right? I was lying.
Yeah, I seen you sent me the article of the $250 bill.
Yeah, but what is Vance? He was like, he's rich too, isn't he? He's got like some
if they're in the federal government,
his background.
Politicians, they are rich.
Because I think Vance was Trump, some big
politician,
some big businessman, or something. You know, I don't know much on Vance because, like I said, you never hear about the guy.
No,
you really ever hear about vice presidents anyway.
Not really.
No, because we heard about Paula all the damn time.
Well, that was different. She was a woman, to be honest.
So if I went somewhere, man, look, man, I don't want one of these bills, man.
Could you imagine?
I'm looking at.
Could you imagine his face on it?
Yeah, man.
Oh my! I would.
It's Newsweek, though.
I mean, I'm just being honest. If I'd wipe my ass with that $250.
They just talk a lot. It's just a show. There's not going to be a 200.
No.
Whatever happened to Harriet Tubman being on the $20 bill?
I was just about to bring that up. They said that they was going to put some of those historic people on money, but we're going to do Trump first. Like what happened to Rosa Parks and Harriet Tubman and Martin Luther King?
Trump's in office now. He's probably ain't doing that shit.
Exactly. But they said that there was going to be a proposal for that to happen. Like we can't make this $250 bill happen before we do that because that was talked about before this motherfucker even got his second term. So
yeah,
Trump said, "I want a bill that is worth 2.5 times as much as Benjamin Franklin's."
Oh,
and what the hell has he done compared to Franklin?
But could you imagine his ugly ass on a bill, though, man?
Oh my God,
he can make it happen, though.
Man, I would not want to look at that bill at all. He's just an ugly ass dude, man.
Shit, if I ever get a bill that's $250, it's going towards my rent.
Yep. Very true.
They should curl his hair up like they did the Washington bills and all that shit.
The roller. Got curlers.
You don't even imagine what that asshole would look like.
Oh, man. Feathered hair.
Yeah. That fake ass tan, man. Stay out the tanning bed, Trump.
Jeez.
Yeah. When people do that, you can tell because they're orange. Their skin looks orange.
Yeah, man.
The tanning bed, it's not that natural brown that you get from the sun.
I swear he gets like a spray tan on
Spray
him.
tan.
Or so because you'll notice like if you look close at him doing something, you'll see white behind his. You can tell like where the line and where they
when he gets the haircut, you can see the white.
Yeah,
it's ugly. All the people that have that, it doesn't look good.
It makes people old. The sun makes your skin old. It makes your face old.
Exactly, and that's why
the sun's good for you, but
not
to a point.
Yeah, that's why
you need sun, but not overexposure.
When women go to the beach and they're tanning, man, they protect their face because they don't want to look old.
Yeah, but that tanning bed is frying his brains. That's why he's out here making the decisions that he's making.
He's just getting a spray tan, bro. That's it.
Fuck out of here.
They spraying it on.
But a natural suntan from the sun is way better for you than that fake X-ray.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Whatever that shit is that they have.
Ultraviolet light.
You just can't have overexposed too much sun.
Too
That's
much
bad.
sun. Yeah.
You still need sun.
People that get it, a lot of them don't like people of color. So it confuses me. Why you trying to get darker? You don't even like people of color.
That's good point.
Me and Tony are going to start doing spray tans. We're going to be
Watch,
down here
yep.
spraying each other before the shows.
Yeah.
You see that orange, my orange face?
But seriously,
Y'all should show up to the Handley game Tuesday looking like that.
Hey, we're going to look like Oompa Loompas from Willy Wonka Chocolate Factory.
Right.
Seriously, on a real note, though, we'll just monitor the situation with the Doge, because that's all it is the Department of Government Efficiency, and he's basically the overseer of all of this shit. So we'll talk about it a little later, because as more information develops.
Right.
What about that cool ass news article Tony found, man, that I've never heard anybody speak about in my life, but it's dope.
You
Winchester's
talk about
own.
Winchester's, the Brown Bombers.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah.
So what did you say, Chris? If anybody knows it, we want more info.
If anybody
on that
knows more about that, can y'all reach out to us, please? Because we would love to highlight that even more, man. Supposedly, it was an amazing school organization that, like, obviously it was all black because of the times. This was in the 40s, right?
Yeah,
in the 40s, but they used to dominate everybody in sports, especially football, but football, basketball, baseball, even boxing. And they'd run through everybody in the whole region, like back then the region was like damn near the whole state, but they was crushing people supposedly, but I've never even heard about it.
Good. Wayne's got it up right here.
Yeah, the only thing it says the Brown Bombers were a semi-professional football team that built community pride and Winchester's sporting traditions while winning numerous regional championships, including the 1947 Apple Bowl. So whatever an Apple Bowl was,
and what happened to that then?
So whoever has more information on that, please reach out to us on any platform that we are on.
Yeah.
And they said, in addition to the football, the Brown Bombers Association also hosted basketball and baseball teams, and they even had boxing matches. So, and it was shared by Kelly Longerbeam and 39 others. So, Kelly or any of y'all 39 others, please reach out if you get any more information on that. Like I said, B.W.O, Brothers with Opinions. Hey, just send us a little bit more information so we can educate the public on who these Brown Bombers are.
Yeah, because I'm sure
my bad, because it's new information. It's not a school, so I was wrong on that. But semi-pro team, pro football didn't start until like the 40s, so that's crazy. Winchester had a semi-pro team back then?
Yeah, it was 1947 when they won the Apple Bowl, so it was the 40s.
And I want to know, what's the Apple Bowl?
Exactly.
Yeah. So we got to find this out, like Wayne and Chris have been saying. Somebody please reach it, because there's got to be people alive that was probably that dealt with it. Yeah, it's just weird you never heard about this at all.
People in their 80s and 90s, they know, because even if they weren't born yet or very little, their parents and grandparents know.
But I noticed basketball, they run that Apple Cup.
Yeah, it's called the Apple Cup.
Apple Cup. So we got to find out what's the bowl.
I mean, everything's deals with apples and
the cup.
We know why. We used to be the largest distributor.
But when all four of us was in high school, Handley used to host the Apple Cup, like playoffs. I mean, not playoffs, but tournament. Remember when Mike Crawford and Kelly and all them played? What happened to all that?
They still do. There's still an Apple Cup champion. Like, they still have that. That hasn't went away.
Yeah, back in our days, it was sponsored by Wachovia Bank.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure who sponsors it now. Who is it, Tony?
Oh, hell, United maybe, or First Bank.
Yeah.
And they still do it at Handley? It's a 14 tournament?
I'm not.
I think it's invitational now. Like they bring who they want into the Apple Cup now.
Oh, so is that part of it when they have Huguenot and all them up there?
I want to say so, because like back in our days, it was like Clark County, James Woods, Sharando, and Handley.
Yeah,
that was the Apple Cup.
Was it?
But now I think it's an invitational Apple Cup.
But back then, all three of those schools was lit. All those schools was lit, and Handley wasn't.
Right.
Yeah, Sharando came in. I remember one year and beat up by like 50.
Right.
Well, when Handley had Kelly and Mike Atkins and Brian Atkins and all them, they was balling.
Yeah.
Even Clark County had Kyron, Mike Banks, Ben Bates, Cullen. They was banging. And then, of course, Wood had the ultimate trio, Mike, Chris Boone, and John. Like, it was rough because, not to hate, but Handley had Matt and them dudes on the squad.
Yeah, it was kind of embarrassing because it's a cup that you host, but you was never winning it.
Everybody showed up to see the other team's players.
Pretty much, but I mean, it is what it is. But now, hey, we're the rulers of the Apple Cup right now because we got a good group of kids on the team. And so, shout out to them boys at Handley once again.
Yeah, shout out to Zach. How many years has he been coach over there? Tony, 5 or 6? 5?
What was the COVID year?
2019, 2020.
Yeah,
2020 is when we really kicked it in.
So I think that
this would be
was that his first year. No, the year before was his first year when they went to states, and right, yeah.
So it's like his 6th season, but he's been to states at least half of them.
Yeah, I want to say it's his 5th.
He's been to states twice, right? And they made the 5-2 once.
If you said they made it in 2019, they also made it when Javon and Amari was freshmen, and they lost to EC Glass.
Yeah, they lost.
So this is the third time they made it to states.
Was it Glass they lost to in the state title that year? Because remember,
not in the state title.
Because remember, they made the state title the COVID year. Because I remember distinctly because it was at Handley, the state championship. No fans could show up.
Yeah, that wasn't Glass, but that was with Meechan and those guys. Chaz and them was on that team.
Yeah.
They had a state title game at Handley?
Yeah, COVID year.
But nobody could go.
Because I remember everybody was pissed because they remember it was at the time like only pairs could go.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, man, we got a state at our school and no fans could go to the game.
How the hell did they host
when Handley was up?
I don't know how it ended up like where they actually hosted it, which was, I guess, because of maybe COVID. They just
they wasn't going to have it at a big site.
Yeah, like
they're not going to have all the fans.
Because remember, everything was just like COVID. So,
but Twin Handley was up by like 15 and lost.
They was winning the game, yeah,
against EC Glass.
It wasn't Glass.
It wasn't Glass.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember who it was. I have to look at who they played in the state championship.
Dang, I don't remember that.
Yeah, it was at our house that year. But COVID was such a fucked up year anyway. It was so weird. Kids out there running around playing with masks on, can't breathe.
But that's what caused a lot of things, from the NIL deals to all the kids reclassifying, kids going to college 7-8 years. Like, it's crazy. So that's why I don't like Will, Kyron, or anybody else who's Jaden and them that's reclassified, because people was doing it left and right during COVID. Because they all basically lost seasons and stuff.
Oh, yeah, I don't blame people because I thought about doing it with both my kids during COVID. Because like I said, you were just in the house like that doing nothing.
Looked like a group of basketball doctors running around.
Right. Oh, I'm serious.
I couldn't imagine playing with a mask on.
It was upon the school. Because remember, I coached that was my first year at Daniel Morgan. And Christian was in 7th grade and all them. So some schools like Warren, it was upon their discretion. Like, oh no, the kids have to wear it playing.
They have to play.
Like a day we didn't make as they were. But you remember they come off the court, they got to put their mask back on when they're on the bench, dude. It was so weird. It was crazy.
Yeah, breathe.
What's the difference though? You're still in the same gym.
Yeah,
but you can take it off.
That's what I'm saying.
But you can't when you're on the court.
Yeah, they're touching each other, touching the same ball. What's the mask one?
And even Dr. Fauci or whatever, he was like, that doesn't work. We just thought it'd be cool to have everybody wear them so that they feel like they're being safe.
You just feel safe.
Yeah, but we all know that bacteria flows through the air, man. Like, so it doesn't
especially
matter.
your hands.
Your hands.
Like I say, playing basketball, everybody's hands touching that basketball.
Yeah.
Who knows if a kid didn't wipe snot on his fingers and then go out there and start shooting? I mean,
people are retarded, man. It didn't make sense for them to even wear it, man.
No. It was dumb.
Yeah.
Any big news in Winchester this week? Any more teachers molesting kids and all that?
Not.
I want to say that one popped up. There was like a teacher from Even.
Oh, there was a teacher that got public intoxication and was drunk arrested.
Public intoxication. Okay.
So Frederick County Public Schools, get your shit together because you are not looking good.
Yeah.
That's wild. I was just trying to be a little funny, but yeah, I forgot they did have.
I mean, it's not fun. I mean, on a serious tip, it's like, get your shit together. Like, who's hiring these people?
Well, who's the superintendent of Frederick County? Let's get him on.
I don't know. Let's get him. Like, who's hiring these people?
Let's do a background check on him.
Yeah, right.
He probably been to
Calling out
Epstein Island.
You got pedophiles in there because what? Well, let's go back to the James Wood AD. They said he already had a record,
Yeah.
a previous
Yeah,
record.
He was hired with a felony.
Yeah, so this is what I'm hearing. So if anybody else knows any more about that, come on the show and talk about it. So suppose you're hiring people with a previous record to teach our kids and be around our kids. So it's your damn fault.
Exactly.
I mean, so that's my question. Who's hiring these people?
We're promoting this, man.
Mm-hmm. I mean, hey, I get it because I will say this, like the public intoxication one, kids will drive you over the edge. So I get it. I can't remember the teacher's name.
Reason to go out in public and get.
I know. But I remember at school there was a teacher. I can't remember her name, dude. She was drunk all the fucking time and had everybody. It was she had a fifth in her damn desk.
That teacher for giving us our driver's license, the one at Dow J. Howard up in that tower, he's up there drinking.
Oh yeah, I mean the drinking thing.
Drinking, yeah. There's like a tower.
Yeah, I remember that.
He's up there drinking and smoking.
Yeah,
that's crazy, man.
Yeah. So,
speaking of drinking, I read a statistic actually yesterday that said the new generation, so like Christian and all these kind of kids, and even all y'all sons, they don't drink nearly as much as our generation and the ones before it. They're not into it as much. I mean, it's basically because
I don't know about that.
A lot of people are
I don't know about that.
But a lot of people's onto the health kick, the eat vegan, the vegetarian, watch what you eat, watch your diet, let's work out. Like times have changed. Of course they still party, but it's not like it was when we was growing up. They just don't. And that's not just Winchester, that's everywhere.
I could probably agree. Yeah. Because I remember when we was it was like a party every weekend. My boys are actually sitting at home. Like, what y'all do? Like on the week, they're sitting at home and their buddies had come over and hang out.
Well, you had parties all the time. Andy Robinson, the whole damn Meadow.
Don't be calling me out like that.
Hey.
Don't be calling Applecroft out like, I mean, don't be.
But I don't know. I see a lot of younger generational kids now. I kind of agree with Chris. They don't lean towards alcohol. I see a lot more lean towards the marijuana. And
they smoke.
You got to believe, making it recreational and legal in certain areas, that's what's going to grow for those kids to use it, man. Because, I mean, it's basically legal. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you got to think about it. If your parents smoke, it's in your house. You know what I'm saying? Who's to say these kids aren't going to your stash and pulling out a bud or two? You ain't going to know a bud or two is missing if you got 2 goddamn ounces.
But now most of these kids vape and shit.
I was about to say vaping is the huge thing.
So, like, we're advertising smoking more than we are alcohol nowadays, man. So
that's probably a good thing.
It's kind of not, because smoking is really not good for you.
Yeah.
Well, what are we talking about? Smoking marijuana or smoking?
Well, me personally,
now marijuana and cigarette are totally two different things.
I don't think marijuana is harmful.
I don't think it is.
No,
but marijuana is a gateway, and when kids start smoking the marijuana, that's when they go on to these vapes, and some of them want to smoke Black and Milds. I don't know if it's to be cool or it's a.
Well, you know that. We used to be teenagers.
Else.
People started just because they want to be in the in crowd.
Yeah.
Or everybody's doing it.
But all
hey, Zeb, cue your inner Bob Saget. Marijuana is not a drug.
But everything it leads you to, all that other shit, man, it's really addictive, though, man.
I mean, Wade, you're right. I mean, but we all know and agree that marijuana isn't addictive at all. You know,
but tobacco is.
Tobacco, because it's got the nicotine, is what the
I'll be honest, tobacco is very addictive.
But
we know it ain't addictive. It just stimulates your mind, Craig.
But you can overdo things, and my dad would always say, "May he rest in peace." You know, don't do things in excess. You know, but like it's fine to do marijuana, whatever, but don't overdo it. Yeah, you overdo it, where are you going to become? Lazy. You know what I mean? Right? Am I right or wrong? So it's like, do it, period, if you're going to do it.
And you got to understand.
I would say it's a mindset. I drink and smoke all the time in my adult life, but I go to work all the time. Everybody's always like, "Oh, you lit. You got to go to work."
Yeah, but some people...
I still go because I'm like, well, ain't nobody going to pay my bills. I choose to do what I want. I still got to go handle my responsibilities.
Yeah, you got a good point. You know, you're motivated. There's a difference.
It is. He's very true, because, like, when I was in college, I didn't smoke all the time. But when I did smoke, because, like, it wasn't like high school where you have class back to back to back. I would have a class at 8, and then another one be at like 10:30.
Well, I say, but you knew when to do it. You know what I mean?
I would smoke, man. And if I smoke sativa, Man, that next class, I blow it out the water, man. Like I had a good GPA in college. It was actually better than high
Shout out to
school.
Kaiser, West Virginia, baby.
Yeah, man. It actually made me focus a little better, man.
No, I agree. It helps. It has its benefits.
Yeah,
I'm just saying you just don't overdo anything in excess it's bad. You do it too much.
true.
But yeah, in closing, guys, shit, we've been on here rapping, running our mouths. You got anything, Chris, in closing?
Just
Wayne, Zeb.
shout out to our new organization, man. Finally making good moves this last year, and now starting already with the first move, getting Debo for a 5th rounder. Now,
Oh man, how can we forget that? Hey, I'm just gonna say that's a steal.
has he
Debo
been injured the
Samuel.
last year and a half here and there? Yes, but he's not old. He's older. He's 29. But if you people think that's old, that's ridiculous.
Come
He's
on.
damn near 20 years
No.
older than that. And for a 5th round pick, there's no guarantees anywhere in the draft. But for a 5th, I'll take that all day. And for that to get the ball rolling for free agency and stuff, I'll take it. I'm glad.
I just want my Cowboys to do something. Don't sit there and watch everybody else sign like they did last year. Derrick Henry out there and all these, and we don't want to. None of them. Like do something, or I'm done. I'm gonna go root for Baltimore. Be my new team. I don't care.
You may have to switch teams if y'all really trade Micah.
Dude, I'm seriously lit. I may be giving up on them. Just football in general. Like it's crazy. It's been 30 long years.
You got to regroup. You got to bring it back in because I felt the same way when we had the season where we didn't win.
Yeah,
the worst season ever.
Well, yeah, you're a lot.
Like, man, I'm done with Detroit. I would never support them again.
Hey,
I come back. I'm still with it.
I know. I'll be back. I ain't going nowhere. Wayne, you got anything in closing? I know you want to talk. What do you think about Debo getting traded to
Like
your
I agree
Commanders?
with Chris, for a 5th round, no brainer.
Oh, that's
But don't let it stop
right.
there. I need you to go get Myles Garrett. I need you to go get another corner with that nickel back. Just keep doing big things out there. Shout out to the owner, Magic. Y'all doing your thing.
Yes, sir. All right, guys. So we're wrapping up, everybody. Like we say, tell us about that semi-pro football team that was in the 40s. Who was it? The Bombers?
The Brown Bombers.
Brown Bombers. Let us know if anybody has any more information on that.
They were 1947 Apple Bowl champs. So if you was around and you're still here, holler at us, man.
Okay, everybody. Enjoy your weekend. And we'll see everybody next Sunday. Thanks a
If y'all
lot.
can get out there to the game on Tuesday, go out there and support them judges, man.
Yes, sir.
Brothers with
Yeah,
opinions,
no
big
judges.
voice, no silence, revolution televised. Ain't no good in private, not knowledge to the ignorant. Ain't never been bliss. Stand up and be heard. We the new activists. Yeah, brothers with opinion, let the convo begin. You know communication key, but then you must comprehend. Preach B.W.O. Let your voices be heard. We enlightened by the truth, and now we spreading the word. Let's go. How do we learn to live when we conditioned to die? Most people fail before they start because they don't ever try. Man, they told us we was worthless. We believed in the lie. We took it way too literal when Big said ready to die. You know the KKK turn the cops in disguise. Man, a lot done changed, but race still applies. 5-0, hands up, don't even ask why. Trayvon, Mike Brown, man, another mother's cry. Hey, B.W.